Alright people, hope you're well. So in this video I'm just going to be talking about all the things I had to consider when I put this shoot together. The idea was to try and replicate like a natural harsh sunlight type effect. We used a few props to add a little bit of interest. Now the backdrop was just painted a colour which we sourced at the local paint supplier. They actually mixed it up for us. Dragged in a few houseplants that were in the area. Again, these were there just to create that little bit of interest, add a little bit of an organic, natural feel to the shoot. Now the surface was just simply a rug. Use that as a surface, just gives it a little bit of like a warmth, textural feel, and really like that. And the stool just allowed the model to have some more kind of variety when it came to posing, sitting, leaning, etc. Now I used the Canon 5D Mark III, that's my go-to camera, and I used a 24 to 72.8, super versatile. I think I was shooting anything between 35, 50 and 70. Plus it's the Mark I version. I did a video on that a while back. It's still a fantastic lens and it just does a really good job. When I shoot, I do tend to move around quite a lot. I like to get a whole variety of shots, finding different angles and finding different viewpoints to shoot from, you know, standing up sometimes, coming down on my knees, getting even lower. Again, it just allows you to get a more kind of like varied range of images. That way I've obviously got more options later on. Now the main light, or the key light, that was a Godox 8600 bare bulb, which was right at the back of the room, camera left, being a small light source with no modification on the front, was giving us a harsh light, which is exactly what we wanted because we were trying to replicate that sunlight effect. That was also obviously hitting the flowers and the plants because they were in between the model and the backdrop, and that was casting a nice shadow on the background. Now I had to obviously move the light around a little bit and also move the pots around until I got the pattern or the fall or the direction of the shadow exactly where I wanted it. But once I nailed that, I kind of like left it and just left it for the rest of the shoot. And the fill light was overhead. I was using an impact reflective umbrella, so the light is bouncing into the silver, coming back out through the front diffusion panel, giving us a nice soft but directional light without really any wastage. That was on an impact boom stand, overhead, pointing down, camera left of the model, and that was just allowing us to fill any harsh shadows that were hitting the face of the model. The camera settings are 1/160th of a second, f5.6, ISO 200. Shot everything on RAW and JPEG on the CF card and the SD card to ensure we've got backup and contingency. Connected up to the Cam Ranger in order for us to view the images on the iPad as we're going through. Now when it came to editing, that was pretty straightforward, to be fair. A little bit on the exposure, but again, it was very minimal. Boosted the contrast a little bit and then threw a quick grade over the top, and that was pretty much it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it useful. Take care, have a good day.